We Talk Ball and Veteran Sports Voice podcast coming together for a live reaction. We also got our guy Adam in here, and look who actually made it and stayed awake, Austin.
Here you
Man, how,
go.
how how could you go to sleep during that game?
The same way you do every game on every Saturday.
Shut up, man.
I'm glad Vegas didn't have anything on that because I would have lost my house.
I would
Yep.
have to.
Hey,
Especially his wife texted me and said he's not going to make it.
yeah, I was struggling about halftime, but thank God that game got exciting when I needed it to. So took it
Yeah,
to the finish line.
Miami going to the national championship. Let's start with Pops. Pops. What it felt? I said in the group chat, it felt like Miami was dominating the whole game, despite this score being so close. Give us from your vantage point what happened,
Well,
man.
well, before we go, hey, I see at Blue Wolverine. He's Blue Wolverine VA on Twitter. Hey, man, I appreciate you, my dude. You said you were going to come in on TikTok, come watch us live. I appreciate you, my guy. I see you.
He
Man,
he actually commented that hours before our live, so kudos to him.
yeah, absolutely. Let's go, big dude. No, man, when you said that, dude, Beck wasn't playing like he should have, and then Miami was just. I mean, good God, how many of those drives did Miami keep alive for Ole Miss? You know, with just dumb penalties. I mean, targeting, late hits, roughing the passer. I mean, I tell you what, the one kid on Miami, he got his roughing the passer penalty in. Like that one, he clothesline. That was like 1970s, like Jack Ham clothesline right there from the old days, from the early 80s for Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, it was a good game. Ole Miss kind of caught their rhythm late in the game, but man, you know, looking at the stats, you know, dude, when you 2 of 10 for third down conversions, you're gonna have a long night. You're gonna have a long, long night, and that's what it was. You know, it just to me the third down conversions in the first half, and hell, even in the second half, you can't convert on third down. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. And I will say this: at the end of that game, I don't know how they didn't call a PI. My God, dude, that dude was mugged right in front of the referee. But I guess, you know, hats off to the referee not wanting to influence that game that way. But that's one time I think he should have. But no, Miami came out, did what they did. Beck stepped up when he was supposed to. And man, what about the kid Tony, right? Number 10? Oh my God, dude. Why you wouldn't bracketing him? Why you wouldn't dude, that dude just unreal, unbelievable talent. And you know what? And you know, but Beck did make them pay on busted coverages, and that's what a good quarterback's supposed to do. So,
Yeah, Adam, what's your initial reactions on that game?
I got a couple reactions. The first one that comes to mind is I've come to the conclusion, and I said this in the group chat, if you don't have a stud freshman, lose 2 games in the regular season, and don't go to your conference championship game, you're not going to do well in this new playoff format. That's what has to happen for you to win a national championship. That's what happened with Ohio State. It's what's happening with Miami. So we'll find out next week. Like, this team reminds me a lot of what was happening with Ohio State last year. They're winning games in a different way, but it reminds me a lot of people had written Ohio State off, and then they played their best ball when it counted most. I also think Beck is making a lot of plays with his legs. He got 2 or 3 first downs against Ohio State on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8. I think one was even 3rd and 10 maybe. And then he did again tonight in the first half. I think it was he ran for one, and then he scrambled obviously for the game-winning touchdown. And we've talked many times. Beck's not one that you have to really worry about beating you deep a ton. But he did hit a lot of underneath passes. He started off a little rough as his wide receivers were helping him out. But he finally got on track, and then he's not known for being a runner, but he made multiple plays with his legs and these last 2 games. And that is kind of what has carried him. And as Pop said, the third down stats, it's hard to win a game when you do what they did on third down.
Yeah. Austin, what any major takeaways from the game?
Um, you threw my train of thought with a text you just sent me. So, you ass. But anyhow, no, my major thought is I was pulling for Ole Miss, but as we've said, it felt like Miami dominated this game, and I feel like they played about as sloppy as they could play, and that's what helped keep Ole Miss in this game.
Yeah.
Um, which honestly, if I'm a coach, I'm proud of that because now I got something to fuss about at practice, and build on. I mean, I just saw 10 penalties. They had several drop passes. Beck showed up when he needed to, but he missed a lot. He missed as many as he hit. So I think the right team's in. I think the better team won tonight, if I'm being honest. And I mean, I think if anybody can match up with Indiana or Oregon, I think it's Miami. I don't think Ole Miss's defense had a chance against either of those teams, to be honest with you. If I'm looking ahead,
I was. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, you're good.
No, I wanted to. I thought you were finished. My bad. Pops, I want to go to this real quick. It didn't. I could be wrong. Y'all got all your computers in front of you and your phones and stuff, so y'all can look at stuff a lot quicker than I can. It didn't feel like the defensive line got after Ole Miss. It felt like Ole Miss did a pretty good job, decently, right?
Only one sack.
Only one sack.
What if I told you that Miami gave up 4 sacks, Ole Miss only gave up 1? But then what if I told you too that Miami ran 88 plays to Ole Miss's 60 plays? That
Wow.
was reversed right there all the way around. Like, I mean, let's be real, man. Miami's early control that set the tone for the game. Ole Miss kind of came back, punched back, but they punched back because Miami left the door open. They dumb penalties, dumb mistakes. And then the late touchdowns, they shifted that one up the middle, the guy that ran up the middle there, who was that? Was that Tony that made the run up the middle there on the end? Yeah, that he got away. And I mean, dude, that just changed. Uncle Mo kind of went on that side, but Ole Miss found their little groove there the last 2 drives, but man, it was a little bit too late. But Miami did exactly what I said Miami had to do. They had to control the game. Had to get that run game established. But I never thought that Ole Miss only give up 1 sack. But they were in 11 personnel the whole time. So
the other difference was Miami was able to finish drives with touchdowns. Ole Miss was kicking a lot of field goals. They get it around. I don't even know if they were getting in the red zone. They get around that 20, 30-yard line and then start to sputter.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll say this as well as Miami's D-line played against Ohio State, their offensive line played as equally as well tonight. To me, that was the star of the show. I mean, the run game was just unbelievable. I mean, talk about third down conversions. Miami had a lot of them, but it was all 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s because they did a great job of staying ahead of the sticks.
Yes, and I don't. Guys, somebody's got to take Dawson's play call sheet from him sometimes. Like, Pops, why is the man not just it seemed like they were getting 5-6 yards of pop on the run game. I don't know what the stats say, but there was times where they would gash him in the run game, and then they would just kind of either get cute or throw a pat. Talk me through what is that process as am I missing something as just a regular fan?
Dude, I mean, I was in there. So they were getting 5.2 yards average, right there. I mean, dude, that's half a first. That's a low half a first down right there.
That's how you stay ahead of the chains,
dude. That's what I was saying. I don't understand it either. Because let's be real, all of us here are SEC guys except for Adam over here. He's a Big Ten guy, but he still watches SEC. It's Ole Miss, dude.
I'm a college football guy first, Kentucky guy second. Kentucky fan second.
But that boy like his Big Ten.
I have no conference affiliation. That whole conference affiliation stuff is done to me.
Oh, so you're like Notre Dame.
You know what? If you want to call me historic,
no conference affiliation. Hey, no conference affiliation, and you're sitting at the house watching the playoffs on TV.
Mm-hmm. I'm a college football fan first and foremost about anything. If you want to call me historic, that's fine.
But,
I'm a Kentucky fan second. And then Kentucky, I'm UK all day.
Now,
Anyway,
Yeah.
let me throw this in because I am looking at stats. I mean, Miami did pass the ball 37 times to 51 rushing attempts. So, I mean, it was run heavy.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just like go ahead, Pops.
No, dude, I'm just saying though, when you can run the ball like they were running.
Yeah.
I mean, dude. I mean, look, I'm one of them ones that because that's what Miami had to do. They needed to control they needed to control it. Keep Ole Miss's offense off the field, and the run game was working absolutely. There were times I was like, why are you getting away? Like, why are we throwing the ball here? But but hey, at the end of the day, they won the game. But had they lost this game, that'd have been a good question right there.
How surprised are you guys that now that I'm looking at these stats, I'm shocked that Miami only averaged 3.7 yards a rush. That's partly got to be because of the 4 sacks that Ole Miss have. I thought for sure they were averaging well over 5 yards a carry. They averaged 3.7.
Hey, can we send Jamal a invite?
He can't. He told me he's watching his kids.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was
end.
Yeah, I'm going to say the sacks had something to do with that because there were runs there. I was just like, why are you not like running? Because Ole Miss never set the edge. And let's be real, Ole Miss, dude, they haven't. Everybody's been able to run on them. I mean, that's part of their deal. But they tie that, they equal that out by getting their offense on the field and getting tempo and scoring a lot of points. But in this game wouldn't have been that close at all if Miami hadn't made the dumb mistakes that they made on the penalties and stuff like that. I mean, the penalties kept Ole Miss in this game, and that's God's honest truth right there, man. Like this game would not have been near that close right there if the defense hadn't made some stupid penalties.
How many interceptions did they drop too?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Four different interceptions they dropped. I counted.
I was going to say 3 or 4. I couldn't remember the exact number.
And they weren't like crazy play drops. They were like had it in their hand drops.
Yeah. There was 4 that I was in the hands. And Jamal, you're absolutely right. I sat here when we first came on here. I was like, I'm confused. Like I have no idea. This game, I'm kind of sitting there before we came on. I was like, this one of them games is kind of hard to explain until you. This one, you really got to sit down and study and see what went right and what went wrong.
I want to explain it this way, and I could be wrong. Maybe y'all will tell me, but I feel like walking away from the game, to me, it felt like Ole Miss was pretty fortunate to be in this game. Like I feel like if we played this game 10 more times in this same Miami would be a different story. I think because they had a real golden opportunity. I text y'all like the middle 8 comment I made. Like I thought I was for sure. I did a TikTok at halftime and I was telling them I was like, I think Miami's they're about to pull away with it, but yeah, that's how I felt leaving it.
I'll tell you like this. This is how I feel about the game. You're right. Ole Miss shouldn't have been in here, but those last 2 series, Ole Miss was catching their swagger. They were catching their tempo, their groove. If this game had gone into overtime, we might be talking about a different ending for this because Ole Miss was figuring it out. They really were.
What changed in your guys' opinion for Ole Miss to finally hit their stride? Was there something strategically? Did Miami's defense get tired a little bit up front? Did they I couldn't figure out what changed, but something clearly did.
Miami stopped the pass rush. They just did. They did 4, 3. They did. That's all they did. 4 and 3, and then they dropped. Normally, the 4th guy dropped out, and it was They and Ole Miss either had 5 or 6. They were always in 11 personnel, and they had 5 guys sitting there blocking 4 or 3, and that was something that was a big thing to me that they changed that stopped that.
Yeah. Ole Miss. I got. Oh, sorry, I was reading that comment.
Yeah.
So what? So we got Miami. They've advanced. Do y'all think they have a shot against Indiana or Oregon? A lot of people are assuming those 2 are your favorite. Those 2 are your national champions, either Indiana or Oregon. I was reading something today actually from ESPN. It was like one of those Vegas articles, it was a betting thing, and it had showed that Indiana would be favored over Miami. Oregon would be favored over Miami. So the general thought is that do y'all give Miami much of a chance in the next, in the national championship?
If they can control the trenches like they have the last 2 games, 100%.
Yep, that was exactly what I said. The way they play in the trenches, they're not good for their competition. They're not good again. It's one of the best in the country. I think they can play with the best of the best. So I'm with Adam. I think the way they do that, yes, they have a shot. They can't play sloppy like they did tonight. But you clean that up and play that way on the O line and D line, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Pops, what you think?
I think, of course, look, Miami's going to be in the national championship game. They got a chance to win it, but I think their best matchup is going to be against Oregon. I think that's going to be their better matchup.
I agree.
Because Indiana, they got some dogs. They got some nasty dogs on both sides of that ball in the trenches, and so I think that's going to be I think it's going to be a harder win for them. I think it's going to be easier for them to get to what's that, Dante Moore, the quarterback for Oregon, to get to him, and he does. If he gets hit a little bit early, he gets a little bit of happy feet right there, and we'll go. But I'll tell you right now, though, I'm a big believer in Brandon Feeney Jr. He's going to take half the field away from Beck. So, but still, I think their best chance of winning the national championship is playing Oregon.
I'm so glad Jamal said this. Indiana might dog Miami. I need Oregon to win. Rather see that matchup because I feel that way too. But I'm 0-3 on picking Miami, so I didn't want to say it first. We'll see if I keep the streak going.
Picking against Miami, you mean?
Yeah, picking against Miami. I have done horrible. So if you're a Miami fan and you're one of the 70 or so watching us, you really need to root for me when me and Austin, because me and Adam's show is ended. It is ended, Adam.
No, we should have one more just to recap it all.
Yes, we will. But when me and Austin previewed the national championship, and you better hope I pick Indiana or Oregon. So, all right, guys.
Pops, real quick. Do you think your freshman corner, Oregon, say Oregon does win, your freshman stud corner that you always talk about, is mine slipping my name. You just said it. Do you think he follows Tony around the field the whole time? They put him on him man to man, and they just stays with him the whole time, or is he going to stay on his side of the field that game and play his normal game instead of switching up to try to take away Tony?
If it's me, well, you know what? They're both true freshmen, right? If I'm not kidding, Tony's a true freshman also.
Yes.
If I'm coaching this, I'm keeping Finney on his side of the field because I know he's got that side locked down. Now all I got to do is cover this side over here. I got to, and that allows, with him on that side of the field, Finney now allows me to play games on the other side of the field, to bring blitzes, to bring disguises from that side of the field right there. But whoever they're playing, if they're playing, like I'm sure Indiana, they better have some kind of route where if Finney, especially if he's man to man, where that receiver is going to try to get an outside release to turn Finney's back to the quarterback. And then you're going to either come with a drag route or a mesh route across the middle to come in behind Finney right there. That's how you defeat that, in my opinion, and that's what I'd be looking at. But back to your original question, I would keep Finney on one side because I know he's got that whole side covered right there.
I'm looking forward.
And I'm looking at Jamal. Jamal says I think he stays on the outside. So yeah.
Well, we always ask it about the losing team before we close out. What's next for Ole Miss, Austin?
Keep building.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously
they've done a good job retaining.
That's what I'm saying. Like you've done a good job retaining. You just took Ole Miss to the semifinals. I mean, keep moving. I think that's it. Obviously, still hadn't got a final definite on Chambliss yet, right?
Nope.
Yeah. So obviously,
and they're after a couple of guys. Oh, go ahead.
Well, we're waiting on Chambliss for the NCAA, right? To give the word on the waivers. That's okay, yeah. But hey, with that being said, guys, go ahead.
It sounds like I read an article today that his his lawyer said that's filing all the paperwork filed it for the third time, or did something for the third time, and he said in his release or paperwork to the NCAA, email to the NCAA, that they're going to start looking at other avenues if the NCAA doesn't speed this up. So it sounds like a lawsuit's incoming. One, if it doesn't happen soon, and two, if he doesn't win. Because at one point I thought Chambliss, and I could be wrong, I thought he said that if he didn't get it, he wasn't going to pursue a lawsuit. But it might it kind of sounds like he might now.
Right. Yeah, and Jamal's bringing up too that Austin Simmons, who started the year as a starting quarterback, committed to Mizzou. But I want to point this out to you guys. But hey, right now on 3, Ole Miss is number 5 in the portal rankings right now. So they're getting some dogs. They're reloading. So
they've done a phenomenal job in the portal, a phenomenal job retaining. I really like Golden's staff that he hired. The OC he hired is familiar with that offense. He actually, if I remember correctly, before he was at East Carolina, he was on Ole Miss's staff at some point in some capacity. So he's familiar with that offense. It's a very similar offense. So if Chambliss does come back, he's going to be running the same offense. I've really loved what he's done in the portal also. There's a lot of great additions. So I think Ole Miss is here to stay. I think Golden is a really good coach. I've always liked Golden, even back to his, I think it was UTEP he was at, or UTSA, one of the group of 5s where he was a defensive coordinator before he got with Saban. But all right, guys, before we leave,
what's your thoughts on? I know you're tired, Chris. Well, I got one more question. I want to hear your thoughts on. Obviously, a lot of Ole Miss guys stayed because they're still playing. Now that they are done playing, do you think that transfer portal door opens for more guys to leave now that their season is over and they can kind of think about their future and look at the coaching staff as a whole and focus on that instead of just winning games?
If I've understood right, now I
don't pay attention to the portal that much. So I'm curious your guys' opinions.
As we just learned with the Washington situation, which we're not going to get in that right now.
Good on Washington. Good on Washington.
Yeah, good on Washington, but we're not going to – don't y'all do that. We are going to bed. We are going to bed. We would discuss this on one of our shows, multiple shows, another day. I don't know who has the next show, but we're not – no. But based on what I've seen, I mean, the people that they've retained so far, I mean, they've signed. I don't know that anybody of significance hasn't been signed yet. So I really don't foresee them actually losing anybody of any significance that I know of. Pops, do you know anything?
Not anybody. What I'm looking at right now, it says transferred out so far is only 2 out of Ole Miss, and they've had 8 they've signed to come in currently right now.
I'm sure there's going to be more that leaves. Just how many, And if they've already signed, then it sounds like they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. All right. I got to get to bed.
Well, hey, before you go, where they catch us at and what they need to do there, Chris?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. College Sports Group, we got about 70 watching, almost close to 70. Appreciate all y'all. This has been fun. The reaction shows are turning into one of my favorites. And I enjoy doing them. I know we all enjoy doing them. So y'all can go find us at College Sports Crew on YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter at College Crew. And Pops, give them the TikTok because it's slipping my mind. It's YouTube at College Sports Crew on TikTok.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, our guy Pops is doing some lives now, guys. Austin and Adam.
Hey.
Yeah,
made a little money for the cause today, Hey,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Matter of fact, I got on the live at halftime. I had a couple of my originals. They were excited, like, "Hey, Chris, you're back!" And I had a couple of them go, "Hey, that Pops guy he did pretty good."
No,
we like him. So I had to remind them. I was like, "Hey, Pops will be coming in quite often." So they enjoyed it. I know that. So. All right, guys. I don't even know what day it is. It's Thursday, so we would go live tomorrow night. That's right.
It's Friday now. It's 12:01.
It is Friday. Adam purposely dragged this show on to make me stay up. I know what he was doing.
It's only 11:01 here. I got another hour till midnight, so we can keep going.
What time is it where you're at?
Where I'm at, guys, I'm in Oregon, and it is 9:00. I see old Sweet Pea Austin Peaches over there about to fall asleep in his little chair over there.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's gonna be 5 o'clock quick here when that alarm clock goes off in the morning. So
All right, people, we appreciate y'all. Again, College Sports Crew on YouTube. Come join us tomorrow night. I don't think Adam will be here, but me, Pops, and Austin maybe. And yeah, y'all come, and Jamal maybe. So y'all come join us tomorrow night for the Indiana-Oregon game.
Salute, fellas.
Thank you, everybody.
yeah.